Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Kill.
Jackson. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Jackson on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. Throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 13. And the return will stop right around the 25. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Space to maneuver at the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They're running it.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Mack off the draw play. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Naeem Hines, his first carry. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Cyrus Jones back to return for the Ravens. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact that...
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch right, watch right, watch right.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Yeah, hold on. You.
They'll run here with Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
A loss of 6 brings up second and goal at the Colts' 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Campbell making the catch. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. On second down now, it's Hines. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return is Jones. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to have good ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Let's go now. Watch that. Hey, watch that.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On first down, Hines. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A little careless with a football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point attempt to follow here. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson now. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
First down, Baltimore.
Let's go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 22-yard line.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front.
Marquise Brown. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna make the 40.
2nd and 5 now. Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Coming again.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Check Mike 40. Check Mike 40. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Tight right, tight left. 40. Alert. Hey, watch it.
Play fake, Brissett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Undercrunch.
On play action, Brissett. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Harris Campbell. Incomplete.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Situation. Let's go. Check it back.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on the 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
37-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now a play fake here on first down. Complete to Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And now the Ravens get it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30, past the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Ravens first down.
53, Mike, 53. It's out.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Ingram. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1 yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2 yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again here with Mack. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Jones. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A third-quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. It's a great throw right there and really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ingram again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Well, hey, we're going Mike 40.
They begin the drive with Hines. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run again with Hines, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Check, 48's to Mike. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Mike 48, Mike 48. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we got Mike the 48 right now. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
48 for Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come. Here I come again. He's coming.
Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Mike's 40. I'll get him.
Brissett on first down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Given 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Hines. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Hines, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Colts on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Hines. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watch the safety creep. Check out route.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Brissett, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But boy, not getting that one, that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darius Leonard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now it's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell. An even 90 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So we'll see the onside kick here right out of the 2-minute warning. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 4 down, check. 4 down, take off.
Here's Brissett.
Check 26.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's a give to the right. Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brissett. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
48 for Mike. Quick tuck. Under 10, under 10, 10. Check. Check, 48's the Mike. Check, 48's the Mike.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching showed